All right, this is video number 4 of my Fire Engine Red CRM videos. And for this video, I think I'm going to do it all in one take. It might be longer, but I think the information I'm going to cover is a little bit easier to consolidate today. Again, as with the other videos, I'm not able to cover every single aspect of Fire Engine Red, so you're going to have to play around a little bit in order to get really good at it. But ideally, the hope with this video is you'll at least have the starting point to be able to use this tool. So we finished the extinguisher side, and now we're on FireWorks, which is the communication side. FireWorks is built upon importing and exporting data so that every single student who is a prospect, an inquiry, an applicant, enrolled, formerly enrolled, all of that data is kept. And then we're able to customize the communication that we send out. So that's the goal of this platform right here. So let me just start with, I guess, let's look at a record. Let's just look at what type of things we can do. Records, you can either add people, organizations, or staff members. The staff side of things would be, a new employee can be added. Organization would be we partner with a school and we want their data on file. But in general, you almost always just use person. This is where our students who are prospects are going to be kept. You can see we have 2,655 students, so there's no way you're just going to be able to find someone. You'll have to search the table to find them, and we have a tremendous amount of information here. So let's use Seth as an example. Seth is my cousin, so I don't think he'll mind if I use him as the example. I can click on his first name, and we go to his profile. So Seth is an enrolled student for fall 2023. He applied, or the record was created on October 12th, 2022, which means he probably applied on the 11th or something like that. We have his email, his phone, if it's okay to contact him, and if he's even done his housing or not. In addition, you can go down this sidebar to learn a ton more about him. You can see in actions all the different things we've done to change Seth's profile. Most of this is just going to be, hey, we received his housing app. Hey, we updated our banner upload and we received that banner upload. And the applications, we can see that he has applied for 23. General studies was his major. That's actually not true. I know Seth is a math major, but that's what he listed on his app. We received it on 10/11, and it was actually Apply Montana, so I should check that. We do have this all automatically built. When Seth applied, we didn't have it automatically built, but now we'll know if it's Apply Montana or our institution, and all of that is there. There's also a lot here with just his birth date, things like that. If you ever wanted to do a happy birthday message, you could do that. His contact info, where he went to high school, all that is brought over from the application. Yeah, so that I'd say that's probably the main thing to be aware of. We are student status is important too. Let me go down that real quick. Student status, he's enrolled, which means he has completed everything. He was an applicant before he was he applied. He was then a complete applicant. Now he's enrolled. The way the funnel typically works is you have your prospects, you have your inquiries, you have your applicants, and you have your enrolleds. And we call it a funnel because you're not going to get every single one of them, so the amount decreases over time. We are also working on getting triggers built into the system so that students are automatically moved from prospect to inquiry, inquiry to applicant, applicant to enrolled. So yeah, that's just a basic overview. Oh, the last thing, I skipped this. The last thing about these student records, I absolutely love this tool. You can send the students an email or text right from here. I absolutely love this tool. I use it for prep days. I tell each student, hey, I can't wait to meet you on prep day. Or if I want to do a personalized email, I can do that. It can be from me, it can be from admissions. You can choose the email address it goes to, customize it, and then you can use a template so that you're not having to write everything each time. Why would we do that? We just do a template so it's already there and send. Easy. Super nice. That's one of my favorite features. Okay, so that's the records side of this. You can create records, but typically we don't. Typically, if you get a record, it's just going to be from an import. Um, we're getting an import every single day from Banner, and we're working on making sure that that Banner import contains everything we need it to. Be honest, it's somewhat difficult to get edits made to that import, and I wish it was easier. We actually have the president involved on this because it has been so hard to communicate with the folks who operate our Banner system. So I'd like to get it better, but we don't have it better at this point. Okay. So anyway, there's all that information. Let's continue. The real, I think, treasures of the FireWorks CRM is going to be the communication side. You can have chats, emails, letters, and texts. We don't really use chats. We don't really use letters. Sometimes we use texts. The main thing you're going to be using is emails. Emailing and texting are the two main ways that we're going to communicate with students. The email side of thing is complicated, but once you get it down, it's awesome. I have a lot of emails that are automatically sent. You can see I have in progress emails automatically being sent. These emails, it's kind of annoying because it just lists all of them. But if a student starts our application and doesn't finish it, I'm having an email students to notify them of that. I've also invited students to our prep days. I've invited students to do their housing. We've had students do housing renewal. We've had them invited students to do summer classes. We've done advising appointments. We've done confirmations. All these things, all these emails, all the time. So, yeah, Buccaneer Excellence. You name it, you can make an email for it, and you can track the success of that email. So this is the manager. This is where if I wanted to create a new email, I'd click create, choose if it's direct marketing or non-marketing. There is some legal stuff here. If you are sending a massive email to several hundred students, you need to click marketing. The reason for that is students need to have the option to subscribe or unsubscribe, and by clicking marketing, it will allow them to unsubscribe from receiving our emails. So marketing, anytime you send a huge email, click marketing. You can see most of my emails are marketing. There are a few directs. Those would be the students who are already at DCC. We already have their contact info. We're not trying to sell them anything or pitch anything to them. We need them to know something. That could be direct. Anytime it's outside of the DCC community, click marketing. We're going to skip the create button for now, though, because that's how you create an email event, so to speak. To create the email itself, I recommend using a template. You don't have to, but this just saves so much time. You can create templates so that each time you send an email, you are able to generate personalized fields using tokens like we did earlier. You can just see, for example, I'm created an email to send to our Montana residents for scholarships. And this is a template. I named it Scholarships, MT Resident, Non-Athlete. So that's the category who I would send this email to. It's ready to use. And the reason I say they're not playing sports is because some scholarships don't go to athletes. The headers and attachments button would just be the subject line. Scholarships at DCC. Content is where you spend most of your time. This is where I generated the email. Okay. I love buttons. I do not like links. I would say you should always use buttons like this rather than links for professionalism, but you don't have to. You can do what you want. But when you create an email content, the first thing you probably do is to choose the HTML layout. And I always use a one column template. You can do these other templates, but the one column template gets it so that it's picture, text, picture. And I like that because it's optimized for mobile. I think a lot of students are opening these on their phones, so this is optimized for mobile. Okay, so when I choose that HTML layout, um, it will just be blank. I added this content, I added these buttons, and to add the content, of course, you are just typing, you're changing your font size. It's like Word, but don't use a name, use hi first name in brackets, and it's going to pull the student's first name. Hi, Seth. Hi, John. Hi, Sarah. That's how it's going to pull it, right? Customize the content. This is Nick at DCC. Here's some scholarships. List your scholarships, then use buttons, not links. You can make a link very easily by just going insert link, type in your URL or copy paste it. But I'm just a big fan of buttons. The way you do a button is through the source code. I have just gotten to the point where I copy and paste them from one email to the next. Oops, what am I doing? So you can see in our source code, I have the buttons built in here. You do not need to be a whiz at HTML to do this. It just takes a little bit of time and attention to detail because you will see it's called the TD class button. And then I put my link in as a hyper reference right here. So you could just copy and paste this thing right here and then just change the link. I have our school colors. I have everything according to our branding, maybe except for the font. I think we're supposed to be using Arial. I have it Tacoma. But yeah, it's centered, all of that. You just copy and paste the button, okay? Easy. Don't reinvent the wheel, just copy and paste it. Okay, you can also bold things, change colors, add lists, all that stuff. Shouldn't be too difficult. Then you can generate the plain text from the HTML. This is in case someone is using like a dial-up browser or something and can't see HTML. But yeah, this will generate as you work a spam score. The email will not send unless you have a high enough spam score. If your spam score is below 80%, that means 4 out of 5 students will receive the email, but 1 in 5 won't. It'll go to junk, and that's not good. So the spam assassin score is telling you how many students are going to receive it on average. So I'm at a 99% here. I achieved that 99% by customizing my pictures, my content. If it thinks a robot generated this, the score will reduce. It's also better to have buttons and personalized colors for that score. I don't like the excuse of, hey, you need to check your junk mail. It might be in your spam. Nope. We can tell if it's going to spam or not using this score. If you can hit a 99 or a 100, you never ever have to say, maybe it's in your junk. If the kid doesn't have it, it's because you didn't send it right. So that is your insurance that a student got it. And last but not least, there's the finish category. This is just us internally. This is a communication email. Okay. So the reason you start with that template is because then when I go back to manager and I create my email event, let's just say it's a marketing email event. The very first question is, what template do you want to use? I choose my template and it's going to generate everything. So let's just use prep day, June prep day. I'm going to title this email tutorial email. Tags, say, internal. But this is where you can say enrollment funnel. This is inquiry communications. This is mass marketing, all that stuff. Recipients. This is where you're going to pull a smart search. I will get to the smart search next. So don't even worry about it right now. The smart search is an amazing tool though. So we'll just do 2023 returners for now. Okay. Save and continue. This is where it's going to ask me, hey, what do you want the sender name to be? What email do you want it to be from? Typically it's admissions@dawson.edu or info. They were going to reply to admissions. Sender name, you can just say DCC academics or DCC admissions, da 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 da. If you want to attach something, you can attach it. The content already made. We used a template. Boom. Here's that content from my template. My nice button is there. I can see my spam score, continue. And this is where now I go to testing and validation. I love this feature. I don't quickly, this, you can do a test email. So I could say, send this to Erica, and so she can see it. Or I can submit this for preview to see how my email is going to look across all the different browsers and a bunch of different devices. I really do think most students are going to be looking at emails on their phones. So I am going to submit this email client preview, and I'm going to look at the iPhone option through Gmail. That way I can see that my email looks crisp on that platform. So I can run that test, view the results. Let's look at iPhone 14. So on an iPhone 14, this is what students would see. Dear John, my email, my picture, register here with that button, logo at the bottom, and hey, at the bottom they have the option to unsubscribe because we did this as a marketing email. It says, we collected your email address from your blank. Students will have their opt-in method there. So we collected your email address from your admissions application or from your campus tour, whatever it may be. So yeah, that's sweet. You can see how it looks on an iPhone 13. How does it look on an iPad that has Retina display? Ooh, crisp. I like it. How does it look with Gmail just in someone's browser? Crisp still. Obviously, this is optimized for mobile though, since it's a one-column template. Yeah, so there's that. Then the last thing would be the finishing steps. Save and continue. And we are going to select, this is a communication flow email sent by Nick. You'd put your name, the date, and so forth. Now, I need to make sure I delete this and not send it, but that's how you would send an email to the masses or a direct email, whatever you want. Okay. Texting is pretty easy as well. I mean, I won't even go through it. It is as simple. It's a messenger. So I don't have any conversations occurring that I haven't replied to, but if I did, they'd be here. If I want to send a text to someone, I just click create. I can send it to a bunch of people with a smart search, or I can do one person with a single mobile. I'll send it to Abby Collin. Now I'm texting her. Boom. Name, text to student, description, save and continue, and then body is where I'd put in the info. But yeah, I'm going to not dwell on this one. This one you can figure out. It's very, very easy. The media here, this is where you upload pictures into our media library. As we get new marketing material, put it in here. I got this marketing material in January. I think it's nice. So we've got quite a bit. I think, we have 27 total pieces of marketing material uploaded. We probably need hundreds. So that could be a good goal going forward, is to get more pictures uploaded. To do that, you just click create. You name it, you upload your file. Done. Very, very easy. Okay, so we've covered records and what records look like. We've covered emails and what emails look like. The next step is the bridge between those. How do I choose a population of students to send customized emails to? And that's going to be tools Smart Search. The Smart Search function is the most important function within the FireWorks CRM. You create smart searches to zero in on populations of students that you want to market to. This can be internal or external. So I have some smart searches that are sort of dumb and I wish I could delete. And we could ask the Fire Engine folks to delete them. I initially had each of my MopSoc groups as a smart search, and I shouldn't have done that. I should just do it fall enrollment, Um, I think what would be really smart would be to get a convention for smart search naming, such as fall 23 inquiry, 2023 not apply Montana, 2023 apply Montana, housing 2023, things like that would be better. But anyway, it's not. Oh, fall 24 prospect. Oops, I clicked a button on accident. Fall 24 prospect inquiry applicant. Like, I think that's a good convention. But apply Montana fall 23 apps. It's all over the place right now though, and it could be better. But what these smart searches are is based off of the information in the records, I am grabbing bundles of students. So here, Eastern Montana students, I created a smart search with all of the counties in Eastern Montana. And when I click this smart search, I am going to get any student, any record who is listed this one of these high schools. Okay. Now to make this a better smart search, I'd add the year. But since I've only been doing this for 1 year, I didn't get that far yet. But you can see this is going to pull up every student that I have data of who's attended one of these high schools. We have 257 results. Okay. I just want to look at a few of these and then I'll show you how to make them. But I think looking at them is going to be better than just jumping into making one. So that's Eastern Montana students. Let's look next at the bottom one. This is my most recent one. I made this last week. Fall 24 prospect inquiry and applicant. So this is a smart search for any active record that the student profile is a prospect, an inquiry, or an applicant. And I have then further filtered it to only be for students whose entry term would be fall 24. So this is our 2023 high school graduates who are listed fall 24 as their entry term. And it's either prospective students, inquiring students, or applicants. Okay? It's not including enrolled students. This is students who are not that far in the funnel. So this is still a marketing thing. I'm inviting students to attend our prep day because they've applied, they've shown an interest, or I just have their contact info. Okay? Students who are already enrolled will not receive this email. That would be the enrolled category. So anyway, there's that. You can see that I have, when I send an email using this smart search, there's 299 students who fit that description. Okay. All right, let's keep going though. So 299. These are students who we aren't sure if they're coming or not. We'd love them to come. Some of them have applied, some of them haven't, and so forth. Let's look at one more. I want to show you how you can use this internally. Another way the smart search is handy is the enrolled students. So last fall, we had the enrolled fall 2022. And this was for students who are already at DCC. They're enrolled and their entry term was fall 2022. Now, here's the mistake. I should have done fall 2021 as well for our sophomores. So this is a bad smart search. I didn't include all the students I wanted to because I neglected to add fall 21. Perhaps add spring 21 while we're at it. I'm going to actually save this. We will never use this smart search again, but I just want to show you I missed it. Okay. So it's any student who has entered fall 22, 21, or spring 21. And I am not going to include the students who have withdrawn from DCC. If they've left, I don't want to send this to them. That'd bug them. And that's what this piece does. Okay. When I run that, I am going to get our students who were here on campus this last year, or just enrolled in DCC in our classes last year. So we had 456 students who were enrolled and did not withdraw, and they would get an email if I use this smart search. If I want it to just be on campus students, I'd have to further refine that using our housing information. Which you could I'll just show you another email with that, because that's really nice for like campus events and stuff, sending out correspondence that way. But I think you're getting the picture. Smart searches are filters of groups of students that you then can send communications to. When you create a smart search, you just click the create button, you name it. So let's just say on campus students. I need to come up with convention. Fall 23 on-campus students. So let's just make this for our students who are going to be in our housing here, okay? Tags, we're going to call this communications. They're already enrolled. We're not doing a funnel thing. This would be internal, okay? So I get to choose my group. It defaults to the name starts with A. That doesn't do us any good. Let's go with entry term, student status entry term, and it's going to contain any of fall 22, spring 23, or fall 23. This should get our students who are enrolled and returning to DCC. If they're not returning, we might not have that data yet, but in general, this should get most of our students who are enrolled. I want on campus though. I want the ones who are living on campus. So now I'm going to add another piece of logic, active records, whose housing application contains on-campus resident. We're working on getting all this to actually upload properly, and this is a banner thing right now. But yeah, we're not there. This smart search wouldn't actually work because I don't have the on-campus resident being uploaded daily. But this is how it would look. Okay. Then I'd click save this search, and this search would give me students who've enrolled in the last 3 semesters and live on campus. If I had fall 21 here, my communication is going out to students who've left DCC. Okay. I'll just show you this. If I run this search, I'm not going to save it, but if I run it, you're going to have, oh, that's right. This isn't built yet. Sorry. I just finished telling you on campus resident wasn't built. But once we get this, this will be really nice. Once it is built and we get that data uploaded, I don't want to include the students who've already graduated. So anyway, so that's how you make a smart search. Smart searches are huge. I could show you reports, exports, imports, but really the Fire Engine reps are going to be a lot more helpful with that stuff. I still get help with them whenever I do an export or an import or a scheduled task. So I'm not going to go into that. I'll just say for reports, bulk update, exports, imports, scheduler, and tasks, the reps will help you with that. But in this video, here's just review. It's such a long video, but it's so worthwhile. We have students who have records. Those records contain hundreds of data points. The communication that we're going to mainly use is email and text, and the tool we're going to use to filter those students is the smart search, where we can pull any of those hundreds of data points and put them into a pool. So that is the video on how to work FireWorks. I hope this helps you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.